There's people on here who choose not to take it. There's people who chose not to take it for their first 2 years of office. What I'm saying is everybody up here wants to be here. They're not just here for the t-shirt. You know, so I just want everybody to understand how much Kirby means to me. In addition to, you know, the different things, one of the greatest joys I had was coaching Little League. I got to coach with one of the greatest men, Victor Nava, that ever walked this earth. And that family has had so much tragedy in their life, and they, you know, they still come, they still show up. So again, those are the things that I remember. Kirby, we can't do this is what we used to do, because the used to do's aren't here. The world is not what it used to be. So we just have to continue moving forward. Put all the other crap, literally crap, aside and move forward, work together. When there's volunteer groups, sign up, volunteer, or just shut up. Period. Don't say that you didn't volunteer because somebody didn't like you, or because Joe Salazar was the council member, or because Mike Grant is the council member, you know, or because Janisha or Sylvia or Michael Martin is the council member. That is a cop-out. That is you not wanting to show up. Because you don't have to deal with any of them volunteering on beautification and recycling, or planning and zoning, or buildings and standards, or any other commission. You know, the Kirby Senior Center. They're not, Sylvia is on the board, but you probably won't see anyone else. So if the Senior Center has an event, go volunteer. But stop using everybody else as an excuse of why you're not volunteering. That's not true. You don't have to see anyone in order to volunteer. This city is going to take everybody. Our employees are here because they want to be here, and I say that every time. I hope everybody realizes what an asset every one of those employees is, because they don't have to be here. Our city of Live Oak, the city of Castle Hills, they pay twice what we do to walk in the door with absolutely nothing. But you know what? They've chosen to be here. Not because they can't find a job in Mary City, not because they can't find a job in Xena City. It's because they choose to work here for everyone that's a resident here. So please stop disparaging our employees. And there was a statement made at our last council meeting that just killed me, made from the ESD director, or president. He said something like disparaged that they had the best money and they were looking a different route because they were going to buy or hire the best that money could buy. You know what? Our fire department and our EMS services is the best that money can buy. And if you don't believe it, dial 911 when you really need it, because they will be there. People don't have to live in the city. That's another thing. And I understand I'm on my way out, so love it, don't hate it, whatever. The other thing about not living in the city, these individuals here do not live in our city, but they were here. They are here every day. They show up for work every day. They are working for the citizens every day. So they don't live in the city. However, they're here. What about the people that live in our city who don't volunteer? So what are you doing to make things better? Rather than sitting here talking about these employees not living in the city. They're here. They're working. I've talked to Monique several times, and she's still here, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. Patty's the same way. Our chief of police, our former chief of police, the same way. Public Works didn't leave the city until 4 o'clock this morning. These are all the things that go on behind the scenes that nobody sees. So just please believe that not everything is as it appears. I couldn't be more honored, and it's an honor and privilege to have even served in the city of Kirby. I can't tell you, it's like I said, it's so bittersweet, but this is my home. This is where I was born, not born, I was here at 1, but I was raised, my children were raised here, you know, and we're still raising our children here. Our house is not for sale. We're not going to use all the money that I made on council. There's no money tucked away in anything, but I promise you, our city manager and our city staff is spending the money where it should be, the council. So again, there is no secret budget. The budgets are posted online. There's not the internet budget and then the secret budget. It's all real. I want to thank my husband, who's way back there, and my family. I served with him on council just a bit, but I want to thank him because there were endless nights when I was sitting at the computer answering emails because, as Monique mentioned, I have a full-time job outside of the city. So any time that I have to answer emails, sometimes people get emails at 11 o'clock at night. Mr. Pittman can attest to that. That's not a lie.
Always answer.
Yeah. So again, I cannot tell you, I can't say thank you enough to the citizens of Kirby for allowing me to serve the city. I did want to recognize Zena because Zena's here. Zena was our former city manager. Our former city manager. So it's always a pleasure to see Zena. So thank you for coming in to see the changing of the guard as well. But thank you everybody. I can't tell you what a privilege it's been, but I will be around. I'm not moving out, and my house isn't going to be for sale or anything like that. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is that all you got to say?
That's all.
All right, we're going to miss you up there.
Lisa. And I still hold it against you.
I know you do. We actually did have a long conversation about it, no lie.
Over her liquor. But, we have been friends for a long, long time. I think she voted against me, John voted for me. But,
So there again, we didn't always vote the same either.
but and like she said about this Facebook crap, we're here, we have been here all these years, including Lisa, John, Sylvia, Mike. We don't go on Facebook to show our shield that we did this, and we do that, and we do this. But I can guarantee you one thing of us up here, we are leaders, and we're also not convicted criminals.
No, positivity, stop.
Just to let you know.
Stop, I don't want to leave that way, stop. You say that for the next meeting if you want.
But we know you say no, but you meant yes.
Yes.
And, I see you down the parades, down the parks, I see y'all, and John with the fire department, same thing. And like you said, man, back in the day, everybody volunteered, whether we worked here or not. If we lived here, we volunteered. Those are the things that we want to bring back to Kirby, like the fireman's picnic, the whole fest, whatever. And we, as police officers, we volunteered for that. We didn't ask the city to get paid. Nowadays, it's hard to get these young people to understand that. Hey, come help us, come volunteer.
Are you telling me how good I am? That doesn't sound like
but those are the same thoughts that you have also. And we all have those same thoughts if we live here a while. But here again, I know Kimberly's going to do one hell of a job. And you've done one hell of a job with everything. So I'm still mad at you.
I know.
We'll let council go last. If you all will allow our audience, if there's anyone who came who wants to make remarks, we'll come on to the podium so they can hear you.
You need to spray.
Oh.
I'm ex-Councilman Wilson. I am one who sold my house to the wife. And after 48 years, I said, yes, dear. I want to say thank you, Lisa. I worked with her 4 years at council. We volunteered at Hobo Fest. We did Easter egg hunting together. And really, all I have to say is congratulations, Kimberly. Thank you. I hope you continue. And to the new council, it is a teamwork. This is not going to be a we and a they. You need to come together, become a team. where you can get stuff done for the Kirby, not for me or you, just for everyone. And the ugliness has got to stop. It needs to become a we. Otherwise, Kirby's not gonna do anything. You're gonna have Hobo Fest and nobody's gonna come. Because we didn't do it, they did it. And so I just hope, and I know Lisa has tried, but you had COVID and you had other problems going on at the same time. And I'm just proud of what all y'all have done, and I hope y'all continue on with it.
Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
I had the privilege of serving on council with Lisa as well. And then I got that phone call, hey, I need you to be appointed mayor for 28 days. I remember that phone call. I argued with you and argued with you. But you were there. You were there anytime I had questions. You then got elected, thank God. And we worked together through ordinance commission. We got through that big book that hadn't been looked at since, I don't know,
It's still not
1955. We just did a lot, and we're really gonna miss you, but I'm gonna still be here. And so from the outside, welcome. We're not like that, no. And I also have to recognize you for just, as you said, being my friend, because in 2017, it was inevitable when, right after I got out of council and was diagnosed with breast cancer, I'd be having a meltdown, and all of a sudden Lisa would call me or text me for no reason whatsoever, but that was my sign to stop it and just get moving. And so she was always my pick-me-up. It never stopped. She provided me with alcohol, motivation. So I mean, I
took her food too.
Yes, you did. It was hard to cook, yeah. So I really do cherish the time we spent together, but I really enjoyed having you as my friend. Thank you.
Ready?